At 41, he is finally opening up about something fans have long suspected. From his private life to his bond with his iconic grandmother, his revelation is shedding new light on a side of Doris Day few ever knew. Doris Mary Ann Kappelhoff was born on April 3, 1922, in Cincinnati, Ohio. Her parents, Frederick, a music teacher, and Alma, a homemaker, were of German descent. She was the youngest of 3 children, though one brother passed away before she was born. Growing up during the Great Depression, Doris faced hardships, including her parents' strained marriage, which ended in divorce, a rare and difficult experience for the time. Despite challenges, Doris found comfort in music and dance. At 12, she won a dance contest by standing on her hands for over 3 hours, earning free lessons. However, at 14, a tragic car accident shattered her leg, ending her dream of becoming a dancer. Confined to bed for a year, she turned to singing, inspired by Ella Fitzgerald. Her mother enrolled her in lessons with Grace Rain, who quickly recognized Doris's exceptional talent. By 15, Doris was performing professionally, earning $5 a night at a local restaurant. One evening, bandleader Barney Rapp noticed her talent and offered her a job, though she had to pretend to be 18 to perform. In 1939, at Rapp's suggestion, she adopted the stage name Doris Day, inspired by her rendition of Day After Day. At 18, Doris joined Les Brown's band, marking a turning point in her career. Overcoming stage fright, she impressed the bandleader with Embraceable You, securing her spot as lead vocalist. While touring in 1941, she received devastating news. Her brother Paul had died in a car accident. Despite her grief, she performed that night, delivering a heartfelt performance that left the audience in tears. In 1945, she achieved her first major hit with Sentimental Journey, a song that resonated with soldiers returning from World War II. This was just the beginning of a legendary career that would make her a household name. Interestingly, Doris recorded Sentimental Journey while battling a cold, giving her voice a unique husky quality. The song sold over 1 million copies in its first year, solidifying her status as a rising star. In 1947, she signed a groundbreaking 7-year, $1 million contract with Columbia Records, an unprecedented deal for a female artist at the time. Initially, she struggled with outdated song selections, but soon advocated for more modern material. This led to It's Magic, a massive hit selling over 2 million copies and earning an Oscar nomination. She recorded it in a single take, stunning the studio audience. Her musical success opened doors to Hollywood. In 1948, songwriters Jules Stein and Sammy Cahn recommended her for Romance on the High Seas. With no prior acting experience, Doris auditioned and landed the lead role. Director Michael Curtis called her the most perfect girl I've ever seen. The film's success launched her illustrious career. Throughout the 1950s, Doris starred in hit musicals like Calamity Jane, 1953, and The Pajama Game, 1957. She performed her own stunts in Calamity Jane, even breaking a rib during filming. The movie grossed $3.7 million, while The Pajama Game brought in $5 million, solidifying her as a top Hollywood star. But behind her radiant smile, Doris endured heartbreak and betrayal. Her first marriage at 17 to trombonist Al Jordan quickly turned into a nightmare. Jealous and abusive, Jordan's violence escalated after their wedding. While pregnant with their son Terry, she endured one of his worst attacks after refusing to have an abortion. At 8 months pregnant, he drove her to an isolated spot with a gun, threatening to kill them both. Doris managed to escape, but the trauma stayed with her for life. She gave birth to a healthy baby in 1942, and soon divorced Jordan, never looking back. Her second marriage to musician George Weidler seemed promising, but he quickly withdrew, unable to handle her rising fame. Just 8 months later, their marriage ended, leaving Doris heartbroken. Then came Martin Melcher, the man who would change her life in ways she never expected. Seemingly devoted, he adopted Terry and took over as her manager, earning her trust while hiding shocking betrayals. What Doris didn't know was that Martin Melcher and his business partner, Jerome Rosenthal, were secretly mismanaging her finances, funneling her fortune into failed investments and fraudulent ventures. Without her knowledge, what would be worth over $150 million today was vanishing. The betrayal became fully clear in 1968 when Melcher died. Doris discovered she was not only penniless, but that Melcher had also signed her up for the Doris Day show without her consent. Forced to honor the contract to pay off his debts, she endured years of financial and emotional hardship. In 1974, she won a $22 million lawsuit against Rosenthal, but after legal negotiations, she received only a fraction of that amount. The financial losses were painful, but the emotional toll was far greater. As her Hollywood career faded, Doris found new purpose in animal welfare, a passion rooted in childhood trauma. As a young girl, she lost her beloved dog, Tiny, in a tragic accident, a moment that left a lasting impact. She vowed to dedicate her life to protecting animals. Even during her film career, she took a stand against animal mistreatment. While filming The Man Who Knew Too Much in Morocco, she refused to continue working until the animals were properly cared for, proving her influence extended far beyond the screen. In 1978, she founded the Doris Day Pet Foundation, later renamed the Doris Day Animal Foundation, DDAF. What started as a small rescue effort grew into a global movement, funding spaying and neutering programs to reduce pet overpopulation. In 1995, she launched World Spay Day, an initiative that reached over 70 countries and improved the lives of millions of animals. At her home in Carmel Valley, California, Doris created a sanctuary, personally rescuing and caring for countless animals. At times, she had up to 30 dogs, all receiving the love they deserved. Though she stepped away from Hollywood, her activism only strengthened. She lobbied for animal rights, spoke out against cruelty, and used her fame to bring attention to the cause closest to her heart. Even in her later years, Doris continued making an impact. In 2011, at age 89, she surprised fans with a new album featuring previously recorded songs, including several written by her late son, Terry. The album was a commercial success, making her the oldest artist to achieve a top 10 UK album with new material. Despite her achievements, she remained deeply private, rarely making public appearances. Her final one came on her 97th birthday in 2019, when she thanked her supporters for continuing her mission. Just weeks later, she passed away peacefully at home. While the world remembers her for her golden voice and dazzling smile, her true legacy lies in the lives of the countless animals she saved. But even as Doris dedicated herself to her greatest passion, a shadow loomed over her final years. Behind the scenes, a painful family dispute was unfolding, one that would leave Doris Day's only grandson, Ryan Melcher, completely shut out of her life. When Doris passed away in 2019, Ryan, like the rest of the world, learned of her death through Facebook, confirming his worst fears. Someone had been keeping him away. The trouble began after the death of Doris's only child, Terry Melcher, in 2004. A respected music producer, Terry had always been a steady presence in his mother's life. Though their relationship had its ups and downs, they were deeply connected. His passing left a void, and with him gone, Ryan's bond with Doris began to fracture. Despite the family rift, Doris dedicated her final years to animal welfare, living simply and avoiding the spotlight. Yet, after her passing, questions remained. Was she kept away, or did she choose distance? What do you think? Let us know, and stay tuned for more Hollywood secrets.